Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Actually, I got something to tell you before we get into that. Hold on. Come here. Do y'all see how many of y'all not subscribed? Is this what we're doing? We just gonna use the poor little black kid for entertainment and not subscribe? Press the fucking button. God. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Just Another Talk. And on this episode, we finna let her cook. For a long time, I really didn't like Candace. You know, I thought she was very inflammatory. I thought she spoke down to black folks. I thought she was better and smarter than black folks. And then I really started listening to what she was saying. And this is way back. This is like before 2016.
Not so happy Thursday today because I am admittedly big mad because I just found out that Beyonce allegedly got paid $10 million for that pathetic little endorsement of Kamala Harris. What was it, 3 minutes? $10 million for 3 minutes of her life. And she's not the only one who allegedly got paid in a major way. I think when I grow up, I've decided that it would probably be a better idea for me to be a fraud and just to come out and support the Democratic Party and say whatever, because apparently that's where all the money is.
Candace is big mad. And we should all be big mad. If you don't know what she's talking about, earlier in the week, this list came out of what the Kamala Harris campaign had spent versus what the Donald Trump campaign had spent. I know, another political video. What is this? You turn into a political analyst? That's not really what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to point out a couple things, and then I'll let you guys decide what you think about that. There have been multiple articles that have come out talking about where did Kamala Harris spend $1 billion that she raised, and experts say it was a disaster. That's the Economist. There's also NBC News saying clashes, confusion, and secrecy consume the Harris campaign finances. The FEC, which is the Federal Election Commission, their mission statement is as follows. The mission of the FEC is to protect the integrity of the federal campaign finance process by providing transparency and fairly enforcing and administrating federal campaign finance laws. Their job is just to show us who's donating. Their job is to show us who's donating and how the money is spent. Now, in the filings that were made public, you see a lot of discrepancies. She raised $1 billion and she spent $1.3 billion. Out of that $1 billion, she spent $582 million on staff. That's essentially more than half of what she raised, which begs the question, where did the money go? What did they spend it on? And how could you raise $1 billion and then be at a point where now you're in debt for maybe $20 million? I've also seen reports that say $18 million. I don't care if it was $1 million, $500,000. Like, how do you raise that much money and are in debt? Now, if we look at the Trump campaign, Trump raised $384.54 million. He spent $345.42 million, and he only spent $10.4 million on staff. So in other words, Trump has a little bit under $40 million left. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the money that's left over goes to the RNC or the DNC if it's a Democratic candidate. So essentially, the money's put into other races, or it's just put overall into the political party. This brings up to me just one major thing, right? And we'll get back to some of the things that Candace says. For me, this is hilarious. On one hand, I had so many people tell me she's gonna make things better, she's gonna work on the economy, she's gonna help with homes and all these things that are amazing. And the whole time she ever spoke about her economic plan, I always thought, okay, this sounds good, but how or where do we get the money for this? I think you see where I'm going. The candidate who promised us to fix the economy didn't even run a campaign that you could look at and say, well, they managed their money right. No, they didn't. Yes, something doesn't smell right. Regardless, I want to get to the next part of the clip with Candace, because this is where it gets real spicy, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
So I'm okay. I want all the smoke today. I understand what happens when you go after Beyonce, Queen Bey, all of that. Okay, shush. I'm so over it. I'm really just getting to a place right now where I think I'm just getting angry with Black women. I'm getting angry with Black women in particular. So I just want to first take a look at this exit poll from the election. Just take a look at this exit poll. And if you look down at Black women, our voting margins are just incredible. We are the only group in America that is voting 92% Democratic. 92% Democratic is absolutely amazing. So this means one of two things. Like, it means either Black women are geniuses. We are the most ingenious people in all of America. We've figured things out. We understand the political system, and everybody else is being defrauded somehow by splitting up their votes. or it means that we are very much a monolith and nobody is taking us seriously anymore. Okay. So why am I upset? Because my entire political life, since I got into politics in 2015, I have had to deal with accusations coming from Black media, coming from Black stars, coming from Black hip hop artists, that I'm a fraud, that I'm a sellout. She sold out. I don't know how I sold out by committing myself to voting for Donald Trump. That's just kind of what they say. You're a coon. You're an Uncle Tom. They're allowed to use racist terms explicitly for some reason if you're a Black conservative. And essentially, and this really is one of the dumbest plot lines ever, the reason, their proof that I have somehow sold out is because, well, obviously she must be doing this for money. Except I have never, and I will state this one more time for the record, actually probably more in the future, I have never, ever, ever been paid a single dollar from the Trump campaign. Never. Not once, throughout anything. You can't dig it up in an FEC filing, nothing. I actually said what I believed. I know that's quite shocking, but I actually said what I believed. So you have to imagine my frustration when it's revealed, when it has been revealed recently, that the Democratic Party is paying eye-watering amounts to the very people in the Black community that are somehow perceived as authentic. Like the people that, I don't know, pass the Black test, the Black litmus test. Oh, she's a real one. Somehow she's a real one because what? She's a part of the 92% monolith, which is an absolute, just ridiculous. So Kamala's 107-day campaign. I feel like I always have to remind people that she only campaigned for 107 days. It was unlike any other campaign for a lot of reasons. One of them being just the sheer amount of celebrity endorsements that were jammed into such a short window of time regarding a candidate that none of them could have known intimately. None of them could have really known her policies intimately or what she believed in enough to get on stage and to endorse her with so much passion. So much passion as in J-Lo cried. She literally was brought to tears by a woman that nobody liked.
As a Black man myself, and I'm of African Latino heritage, I guess. I don't know what you call it, Black and Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. I really don't give a f. I associate with Black folks, I associate with Hispanics. My point is, just as mad, if not even more frustrated by this stat line. I was never somebody who was like, oh, I support Donald Trump because he's gonna be a candidate for us and blah, blah, all this shit. I know in my heart that I genuinely thought from the information I had that Trump would be a better president. It's the only reason that I even spoke about him in the way that I did, the only reason I highlighted some of the things, and also because I saw the narrative being pushed by the other side, which was completely ridiculous. But the amount of flack that I caught from friends and family, specifically Black women, was insane. It was just like, if I said Trump, if I even brought up some of the things Trump has done, you know, whether good or bad, it was like this word vomit of how bad of a man I am, how I don't support Black women, how I'm not for the Black culture, all this other shit, which actually Candace alludes to it in the video as well, talking about how they call her Uncle Tom and how she's racist and, you know, she's not for the Black culture. But this is a perfect example of what does the Black culture stand for. I grew up in the hood. I grew up seeing some of the shit that they highlight in movies and that rappers highlight. That lifestyle is not the kind of lifestyle I want to live. That's not the kind of lifestyle that leads to longevity, and it's not sustainable. To have 92% of Black women, and that means that everywhere I go, 9 out of 10 Black women that I see voted for Kamala. I wanted to go over some of the people who got paid and how much they got paid. Beyonce got $10 million for 3 minutes. When you do the math, it's almost like $55,000 a second. That's insane, right? Meg Thee Stallion got $5 million for shaking her ass basically on stage. Not adding anything to the political conversation, not expressing her views on why we should vote for Kamala, just like, hey, come vote for Kamala.
I need everybody in the crowd to make some noise for Miss Harris. Make some noise for Miss Harris.
Then you have $3 million to Lizzo for telling us that if you want the rest of America to look like Detroit, vote for Kamala. $1.8 million to Eminem. I'm not even gonna comment on that one. Slim Shady, I'm dropping you from my top 10 list. I'm just letting you know. $1 million to Oprah. Why? Oprah's a billionaire. I would think Oprah would want to be giving money away. I would think Oprah would want to be a part of the change that she was supposed to bring. I would think that Oprah would be for the people. Al Sharpton.
But it's not just misogyny from white men. It's misogyny from Hispanic men. Right.
It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States.
He got $500,000 and y'all still got cream. This list is insanity. So you're telling me that these celebrities who make money from us because we consume their products, their shows, or their songs, they not only were for hire, but they also lied to us, telling us to vote for a candidate that I don't think any of them really knew, because there's no way they had the time to get to know her the way that maybe some of the celebrities who came out for Obama to know Obama. Now, I'm not defending Obama. I'm not saying it was good or bad. I'm just stating a fact, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, Obama did the same thing. Yeah, but Obama made sense. Obama spoke about things and was the arbiter of change in a time where we had just come out of the economy crashing. I've never been super big on celebrities. You know, there's some things that I do consume, you know, movies and music and things like that. And I do have people that I'm a fan of. But to sit here and say that because I consume your product, that now I'm going to be influenced by you because you make a lot of money because you've been able to monetize the market for your specific skill is insanity. I already held celebrities in a low esteem, and now it's even lower. For me, my biggest disappointment is the fact that you see how many people look up to someone like Beyonce, and now we have a clear-cut line of sight to the hypocrisy that comes from these people who are telling us how to do things, who are telling us who to vote for, when they might not even care or even agree with the person they're telling us to vote for. With that said, don't forget to go check out the merch store. We have some new hats available. We have a new style of t-shirt up as well. Go check it out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.